Right, the first principle is the principle about fasting. Now, there are many approaches to health. Some people say you must eat more of this, some people say you must eat more of that, some people say you must take medicine, some people say you must take supplements, some people you must take this and take that and take that. And the only way that allopathic, homeopathic, Ayurvedic and all other approaches to health differs is what you put into you. The philosophy that we try to carry out here is that in most cases where you are unwell, it's not something that needs to get into you, it's something that makes you unwell that needs to get out of you. Just like there's a lot of similarities between people and motor cars. We both breathe oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. And we both have rubber on the floor if you wear shoes. And we both take in carbohydrate to make energy. In our case, it's blood sugar or glucose. In the case of the vehicle, it's either a long chain carbohydrate or octane, which is just an 8-member carbon molecule. So trying to get to health by putting things into you is like trying to make a motor car's oil change by adding oil before you take the old oil out. You have to make place for your new nutrients before they will be of any benefit. So I don't say there's anything wrong with putting into your body what you need, but healthcare is equally much about what you take in and what goes out. Because we no longer want to gain a great deal of weight, do we? Like little babies. A little baby can double their weight in a few weeks' time by just taking in and not getting out. Now, when you get to what we call equilibrium, you must have equal volumes coming in and coming out. And fasting supports and helps your body to get rid of what it needs to get out. It's a facilitator. It's nothing, it doesn't work entirely on its own, but it facilitates your body's getting rid of chemicals. In an easy chemical explanation, there are two types of chemicals in this world. Isn't it quite nice to say there's two types? It's like we say there's two types of people, good people and bad people. There's two types of people, men and well, that is a little bit shaded nowadays. But there's two types of chemicals, those that dissolve in water and those that don't dissolve in water. Those that do not dissolve in water typically dissolves in fat or oil. They are what we call hydrophobic. They're scared of the hydro. They're scared of water. They don't dissolve in water. Try, take a bucket of water, put some butter on it and stir it until it's dissolved. You'll be stirring the rest of your life. The same, take some oil and put sugar in it and stir it. It will never dissolve. Right? So in your body, through what you eat, through what enters your body, through what you breathe, and through a process called metabolism. Meta means both. Metabolism consists of anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism means to build up, catabolism means to break down. And we need a balance of these two to maintain yourself. So in all of these processes, there's a lot of chemicals entering and forming in your body. Just think about how many little factories there are in your body. Every cell is potentially a living organism. And the number of cells in your body is staggering. You make 30 million new cells every second of your life. And each cell is a little organism that ingests carbohydrate as its main source of energy. When you're fasting, it ingests more ketones rather than carbohydrates. And it processes that, and then inside builds up waste, like in the sump of your motor car. The cell needs to get rid of it. The only way it can get rid of it is dumping it either in the blood or the lymph. But the lymph drains throughout your body and it dumps it back into the blood. Now, when there's anything in your blood that is not water soluble, bear in mind the blood is a water-based medium. If there's something in the blood that's not water soluble, it's very uncomfortable in the blood. And the blood's very uncomfortable with that inside. So the moment that blood passes a fat cell or a fat containing cell, that chemical will leave the blood and enter the cell. So the cells get more and more concentrated in these chemicals until it is fully saturated. And then your body makes new fat cells. And you know, we're supposed to achieve our maximum weight before the age of 50. So for me, it's decades ago. Thereafter, because your organs get lighter, your bones get smaller, your muscles get smaller, we're supposed to lose weight continuously for the rest of our lives if we want to be really healthy. But look around you. When does people really start putting on weight? It's typically after 40. That is when it is caused by your body making more and more fat cells to accommodate all the waste, the hydrophobic or fat-soluble waste. And what we achieve with fasting is we force your body to break down that fat. So those chemicals are forced to get back into the blood. And when they get back into the blood, you typically feel unwell. That is why most people, when they start fasting, they say, this thing is hurting me, I feel unwell, so let's get back to eating. And I then argue, but in these days of fasting, you didn't put anything into your body to make you feel unwell. Therefore, what makes you unwell was in your body beforehand, except it was locked up in the fat cells. Now that it's in the blood, you experience its presence. But that also gives you an opportunity to get it out of your system. And the main organs involved in getting fat-soluble chemicals out of your system is your tonsils, your appendix, your sinuses, your liver through the gallbladder, the colon. But the biggest organ in your body can get rid of fat-soluble chemicals, and that's called the skin. Now the skin is exposed directly to the environment, so it has a direct portal to the outside world, and the glands in the skin, the sweat glands, are craftily designed to discriminate between waste and nutrients. So as the blood flows through your skin, the waste is eliminated onto the surface of the skin from where you can get rid of it, and the nutrients are retained inside to go back to the organs that really need it. Most of these wastes are fat-soluble, hydrophobic chemicals. So we've devised over the last few decades at Hoogland a system of therapies that supports and enhances this elimination process. We call it the cycle of hydrotherapies. This cycle consists, number one, of exercise. Exercise generates extra blood flow into your body. The second step is massage. Massage reroutes that excess blood flow into the skin. The next step is sweating or heat treatment. Heat treatment activates your sweat glands, which can discriminate between nutrients and toxins. Get it out of your system. The fourth step is cooling down, and it's quite an invigorating experience in winter time to take a dive into that cold pool. Besides that invigorating experience, the cold causes the blood vessels in the skin to close down, so that purified circulation is now rerouted to the inside of your body, where your body can use it. The fifth part of the cycle is rest, to just let your body stabilize all of this. Our bodies have been designed to strive towards homeostasis. Homeo means the same. Stasis means to stand still. So if you're too hot, you will sweat to cool down. If you're too cold, you will shiver to heat up. And incidentally, that you know, shivering burns more fat than any other activity your body can do. But what do we do in winter time? We heat ourselves, we put on thick clothes, we put on heaters, put on air conditioning, and then we wonder why by the end of the winter we gained weight. Because we don't want to burn that extra calories, which is what you need to either put in less calories into your body or get more calories out of your body if you want to either maintain or lose weight. Is that a clear enough short introduction?